right, so we started off with just like an intake for the vector wheels and silicone tubing in the middle, or silicone rollers in the middle. We wanted to be able to intake 3 in a row. And so what we do is we have vector wheels on the side that push it in. So the first one will go in, and then the 2 will follow after, and it creates a triangle structure. And basically we have our balls positioned in the intake so that you can't really get a 4th ball in there. It'll just hit off. And so that was to counter the possession issues. And effectively, if you look inside the intake, there's one side with silicone rollers, and then there's another side with surgical tubing. And what this does is it creates a bias in the triangle structure. So let's say we intake 3. Here, just intake it. Yeah. What happens is the silicone side will go first because the surgical tubing is slower. And that's not a universal rule, but usually when you create a bias, one will go before the other, and that makes it so that it doesn't end up jamming. And then we just have simple ramp geometry that we had to prototype that basically lets the ball just go up without jamming. At the top, we also have a flap, and we use a servo on an over-center linkage to stop the balls from coming out the top of the intake.
Yeah, so normally we get an intake, and they get held in the front. But then when we want to shoot, there's a linkage which is able to go back and open the flap, allowing the balls to come out the top for shooting. And then in the back to power it, because we wanted to prioritize very fast intaking, we have 2 motors geared together powering it, and they just follow a belt to transfer the power up to the front, allowing us to get very fast cycles. Then finally, we wanted fine software control and good driver feedback over the intake. So we added several brake beams. We have 3 in the front, and then we have 2 in the back right here. And for all these brake beams, we have them in pairs so that one hole can never be blocking, or just so that they can't both line up as a hole on the bot. And that way we can always detect them. And then we use this to optimize intaking in auto, as we can instantly reverse when we get them all. And then for teleop, we have an LED light allowing our drivers to know how many balls are in the bot. So when there's 1, we have it orange. When there's 2, the light turns yellow. And then when we put 3 in there, the light is able to turn blue, signaling that we're all good.